Hey y'all, Matt's back with iCan Organics, the easiest organic solution for tasty flower, and today we're talking about purple stems, purple stalks, what causes them. Now last episode we did a more conversational style video with you guys and you guys liked it, so today we're going to do the same thing, just a conversational style video. And a lot of people have been asking in our Facebook group and in our comments and stuff like that about purple stems, what causes it, how does it come about, what can they do about it, do they need to be worried. So today's episode we're going to break down the purple stems. Now there are a few different causes for it. Sometimes it's just natural, it just happens due to the plant's maturity. So I've run into situations where I've transitioned from veg to flower and we've run into purple stems, purple hues, purple colors, purple discolorations on your stalks. It happens, man. It's not that crazy, and it can be more noticeable during the flowering stage, especially when the plant's focusing a lot of its energy on producing those nice flowers. In those cases, red or purple stems are actually a sign of healthy plant development and not a sign for concern. Also, as your plants transition from the veg to the flowering stage, changes in the expressions of the anthocyanins and other pigments can actually lead to the appearance of red or purple stems. This change in coloration is a natural part of the plant's growth cycle and is not a cause for alarm, not a cause for concern. It's actually pretty fine. I've run into some situations where I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But everything turned out fine. The flower was perfect and it looked great. And speaking of flower, genetics is the second factor. Genetics, just like plants, just like humans, plants just like humans have their unique genetic makeup, which can lead to natural variations in color, including red and purple stems. Now the presence of those pigments that I just mentioned, those anthocyanins, those cause color changes, especially in strains with predispositions to higher anthocyanin contents. In those cases, red or purple stems can be completely normal and a healthy trait. It's just the genetics expressing itself. Heck, right now I'm running some of that banoffee pie, man, and it's crazy. It's super purple and the stems are purple, everything is purple, the leaves are purple, and it's really just down to the genetics. Now that said, there are things that you can do to really pull out a lot more of those purple colors and purple hues, and it really comes down to some of those environmental factors. Now y'all may have heard people talk about in the past, drop your temperatures during the flower time and you guys will get some really nice purple colors, will really pull out a lot of purps. And that is true. Temperature fluctuations can cause a lot of differences in colors. Plants are sensitive to temperature changes and fluctuations in their grow environment can lead to red or purple stem coloration. Cooler temperatures, especially during the night, can trigger the production of more of those anthocyanins, and that can lead to a little bit more of a red or purple hue on the stems. So if you guys want to prevent any stem discoloration, try to maintain a consistent day and night temperature within that optimal range. Usually it's like 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 29 degrees Celsius, and that's during the daytime. In the nighttime it usually drops a bit. So you want to aim for about 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit or about 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. Now lighting can also play a role, guys. And that's another environmental factor, something you can control. So just like lighting can impact the health of your plants, it can also impact the stem coloration. Not necessarily inadequate or excessive light, but exposure to high light intensity, that can lead to red or purple stems. Now there's something called a suntan, guys. And just like you guys will go out and get a nice suntan and your skin will get really nice and tanned, or you just put on suntan lotion, you got some suntan lotion. The plants pretty much do the same thing. The suntan occurs as a defense mechanism by the plant to protect the stems from too much light, and it's more common with lights that produce a lot of UV light. So if you got a lot of UV light in your setup, maybe try to dial it down if you got the option of doing that. It's sort of tied in with UV light is spectrum. Plants require different spectrums during the veg and flower stages. Some people use blue spectrum lights for the veg stage, some people use red spectrum lights for the flower stage. Some people got full spectrum and they use them all the way through. Personally, I love my Moss Hydro FC6500. I use that for everything. But right now, it's rocking my flower tent. So check out the Seed to Harvest series where you guys can see that and the banoffee pie that we got running with so much purple colors, bro. Now another factor, I think we're on number 4. I think we're on factor number 4. But factor number 4 is the biggest one, guys, and this is nutrient deficiencies and imbalances. Now if you guys are noticing purple or red stems, and it's becoming a little bit of a worry because it's not the genetics, it's not the environment, it's not anything like that, but you are noticing a little bit of nutrient imbalances because those purple and red stems are coupled with like discolorations on the leaves, stuff like that, then you may have a nutrient imbalance or a nutrient overload. Or it can be as simple as a pH imbalance, which is not allowing your plant to uptake the nutrients that it needs when it needs it. You gotta maintain a pH range of of about 6 to 7 for soil or 5.5 to 6.5 for hydro DWC systems. Now if your pH is dialed in, it could be some sort of deficiency or overload. We're talking phosphorus deficiencies, magnesium deficiencies, potassium deficiencies, calcium deficiencies, or other nutrient deficiencies or imbalances. Now guys, there are a lot. And if you first notice some symptoms on your ladies, you may be like, wow, what is really happening? Why are they looking like that? Well, the first step is to pinpoint what's going on. So you always gotta look at the leaves if you notice something looking funny. And that's why we got the iCanFAM chart for you guys. It's a really great chart that'll help you guys diagnose all your deficiencies and figure out exactly what's going on, especially if you're a little bit worried about what's happening and what's not happening. So grab the Fix-It chart. We're not making any profit on this, guys. We make like $5 on a chart, but it's for you guys. It's to help you guys out and figure out what's going on. Just hang it in your grow room. I got it hung up in my bed chamber, and it always helps me out. A lot of people have already grabbed it and it's been helping them out, so grab one for yourself. Use the code icanthc and snag a discount if you do. Now if your feeding is normal and you got no deficiencies, no imbalances, nothing like that, and everything else looks fine, it may be an underlying issue which you definitely need to look into a little bit, because this can possibly wipe out your entire growth. And trust me, I've noticed it and I've overlooked it and I've just ignored it, turned a blind eye, and pests and diseases, those things can wipe you out real quick. Pest infestations usually stress your plants out, and that causes red or purple stems. A lot of the times if it's not genetics, it's some sort of stress. Even if you're willfully dropping the temps and changing the environmental factors to pull out those purple colors, it's still a form of stress. And pest infestations are no different. They will stress your plants out. Now some of the common pests that can affect your ladies are things like spider mites, aphids, thrips, whiteflies, and these are actually on the chart as well. So definitely grab the iCanFAM chart. But in a nutshell, what happens is that those pests damage the plant tissues, and that interferes with nutrient uptake and introduces diseases into your system. Thrips and aphids and things like that literally grab those nutrients before they can get to the plant. And then you notice your plant's looking super deficient. So you're seeing purple stems and you're seeing discolored leaves. It's down to that pest. So always have an IPM strategy. IPM means integrated pest management, and it can be simple stuff. Regularly inspecting your ladies, looking under the leaves, flipping things over, having little sticky traps set up, or even netting so you guys will know if you have any pests or insects. Some people even go so far to bring in beneficial bugs like lacewings or ladybugs. I've seen people with praying mantis in their setup. And it's always a good idea to have different types of sprays like neem oil, peppermint spray, Lost Coast plant therapy, or even use diatomaceous earth when it's necessary. So those are the biggest things that I've noticed, guys. Drop it in the comments and let me know if you guys have ever noticed red and purple stems. Personally, the only time that I'm really worried is if it's coupled with other things like leaf discolorations, and then I notice curling or necrosis of the leaves when the leaves start to look really sick, or if there's some sort of pest deficiency. If I notice fungus gnats or stuff under my leaves, then I'm like, okay, yeah, something's wrong, we gotta fix that. But sometimes it's not that much of a cause for concern, unless it's coupled with one of those bad things. So drop it in the comments down below and let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever seen purple or red stems and been super concerned and super worried, man? I'm really interested to find out what you guys got to say. And if you guys want to check out some of the stuff we got going on in the flower tent, then definitely check out the Seed to Harvest series and join the iCan VIP Bean Club. We got fire genetics going out to VIPs all the time. If we're talking about perps, yeah, you guys got some perp. And if you guys want to find out more about growing that fire, then definitely check out any episode on screen right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.